And down it goes. Well, oh, that's always so satisfying. It's been a long time since I recorded that last clip, and I've had a good thought about a few things. First of all, you may have noticed if you've watched the previous episodes, things are slightly different. And that is because I've decided that I have been playing the game the way other people expect me to play instead of playing the game I want to play. So I've made a few changes. I've decided to change the world to what I want it to be to kind of make everything fit. Because ultimately I decided I need to be able to tell a story. And telling that story means I needed to make it more than a few alterations. For instance, I am not in creative, I am in survival. I have installed several plugins, including Essentials and World Edit. And I've done this because some things are just more, some things are just easier this way. Uh, Getting from point A to point B, mining certain things. I know this takes some of the fun out and survival out for other people, but this is what makes the game fun for me. And that's what this is about. This is about fun. This is about me having fun, and this is about the way I like to play. So this is what I'm doing for the moment. Now, I don't want to wax poetic about right or wrong and go on and talk about the values or of cheating or not cheating or what that cheating even means to anyone. The fact of the matter is I had figured out I was trying to be someone I was not. I was watching other people on YouTube, content creators, and I realized that part of me was trying to emulate these other people rather than just being who I am. So that's what's changing this moment. I am no longer going to attempt to emulate someone else. I'm just going to be myself and I'm going to play this the way that it feels right to me to play. I don't want to be purely creative. If I was going to do that, I would have done that from the beginning. I want to do some of the grind. I want to be who I am, and I want to be able to have my own ideas. Now, I would certainly, absolutely take inspiration from other creators because who am I would I not be if it hadn't been for some of those other creators? But I'm not going to be them anymore. That being said, I needed to have a point to continue building. I needed to have a reason to put things together, and I finally come up with a good reason. I am going to turn everything basically you're seeing into a gigantic theme or amusement park. So certain things had to come down. I took down all the caricature, all the pixel art. I'm debating whether I'm going to remove that at all. I've fixed a lot of the world issues. If you remember, there used to be a plane up here, and there was a chunk that I still don't know why it doesn't look right, but I had to go back to 1.4.4 world, copy the chunk, and then repaste it here, and it's still a block too low, or actually several blocks too low, although the palette fixes, and I don't know what it is, I probably won't mess with it at this point, but because the important thing is the shadow is missing. But that being said, it has been a few weeks. Life has been kind of crazy, and I've done a lot of things off camera. And I have started with this area back here. Okay, I have started with this area back here. This is going to turn into a gigantic, uh, like a, not a roller coaster, but a haunted house. And it's going to start with a maze. And the maze started out initially only being this big. And it was only going to be square. And then I decided, why am I limiting myself? So I went really big. I'm making this quite a bit larger. So you got to get to the maze, which is probably going to be 3 stories. I've got a really outrageous idea. And then this is the basic palette. The bottom is going to be concrete and then the brick. And then this whole walkway that you're seeing here, this smooth stone walkway is the actual exit out. But all of this is going to be a really dark palette with using soul lanterns and like occasional armor stands with like skeleton heads and zombie heads. Then you're going to come out You're gonna come through this cave, which I need to finish decorating because I just finished digging this out as well. It's gonna come out this door and straight into another haunted house. I haven't decided if it's gonna be like an actual like escape room haunted house or just like a haunted house you walk through. I am gonna keep some of this in a survival aspect. Yes, I am flying, and I think that's the extent that I want to do with it. Everything else is in survival. All this blackstone I have carved out myself. I have been farming a bastion in the nether. In fact, here's some of the leftover resources and the box that I emptied to get that much. So there's a few things that are going to be a little bit different, but again, I'm playing this the way I want to play it, what's fun for me. I don't think I'll ever go straight up creative because I just that takes some of the fun out of it because I kind of like the grind in some cases. This all came from a single bastion because I wanted to see what it would be like to grind out and grind down a bastion. So I'm doing it. And I'm going to use resource to build this. Again, this is going to be an amusement park. So this is going to be a haunted house. This roller coaster ride's been here ages. This Coliseum, I'm going to fill it with armor stands. There's going to be spectators and there's gonna be animals and people dueling it out down here. And back in this area down here, I don't know why everything is so bright. I don't. That's weird. This is gonna be filled with like merchants, like stands where people can buy merchandise. I decided I want to build a bouncy castle just because, that's the type of thing you take your kids into. So I'm gonna build a slime farm and build a gigantic bouncy castle somewhere. I'm gonna connect it all up together so it's a great big, theme. So it tells the story. Why is it here? Because I think that's important. That's the thing I've been missing in this whole experience has been the story I want to tell. Why have these buildings been plopped here? Why are they originally where they are? So I have a few time lapses of pulling down pixel art and farming out that bastion, and we'll get into those right now. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that little time lapse. I actually ran out of blackstone that I could not smelt, but carve into the smooth blackstone. Otherwise, I would have done a lot more of this. I am a lot happier with this height because people will be walking here, but that means I can put chains with the lanterns right here, and it'll be enough to give light, so this will not be spawnable, but just dark enough, especially with the blue, that it's going to be really kind of eerie. I also had to stop using this shovel because I kept digging too many blocks at once, and some of these just require just a little bit of finesse. I'm gonna put a couple more of these little enclaves like this right here, and then use the armor stand book and some chains, ooh, to hang like a wither skelly skull. So they come around the corner here, and there's a wither skeleton staring them at the face. There's a cave down there, and I keep thinking I should light it up, but with the intent of this, I don't think I'm going to because it just adds to the atmosphere. So I'm gonna do a little more of this off camera. I clearly need to get back to the nether and get more just regular blackstone. Knowing I'm that close to a basalt delta, I'll probably just go there and farm it from there because it won't be in a state that I have to or can't just put it on a tool shelf. But anyway, I think that's going to call it for me. This episode took a really long time to get out because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out who I am, and I'm much happier with the direction I'm going in. So I'm going to get onto this, and I will see you next time.